What's up guys, Nguyen, OG Fitness. Welcome to the channel. This channel is all about fitness for martial arts for older guys. So if you're a younger guy, you can benefit as well. So yeah, just subscribe, man, and watch my shit. Okay, so in today's video, it's gonna be about how to rehab your body for judo. This is a comment I got from one of the guys, Rex Hamilton 6381. Yeah, so let me read this out to you guys, and then after that I'm gonna give you guys a overview and slightly in depth of what you need to do to be able to do judo when you're a lot older. Okay, I started at 36 years old. I'm 44. I'm a black belt in judo and I'm still going strong. Mind you, I took a little break. It's been 2-3 months now that I took a break because I threw out my back in a big way. I have major back issues, by the way, and I'm rehabbing that. I did my first judo class in 3 months last week. It went great. I'm feeling really confident about being able to get back on the mats and train harder than I was able to before, mainly because before I always had to worry about if I were to be too explosive, something would snap. That's what happens when you accumulate too much injuries and wear and tear in your joints over time, right? So it's not really a question of how old you are, it's how much damage that you incurred along the way. And most people, right? And when I say most, I mean like 99%. Everybody busts themselves up because they do things incorrectly, they didn't recover properly, they weren't careful, they train a little bit too hard, etc., etc. Let me read you guys this comment. So, I'm 48. I tore my groin bad as uke for Uchimata. Okay, someone fell on my wrist, non-randori, when I wasn't expecting it at all. So I guess somebody just fell on his wrist while he wasn't doing randori. I'm guessing that's what it was. Sometimes, like, if you're just, guys, if people are doing randori around you, okay, if you're sitting there on the floor, like, you have to be aware that's a very strong possibility that people will just fall on you, okay? And sometimes it could happen very quick because it's judo. It's very dynamic. People are standing up, they push, they pull, and they could be on one side of the mat, and then they could cover like a couple of feet easily in seconds, right? And if you're not paying attention, voila, someone falls on you and you get hurt, and then well, it sucks, right? So is it the can people be more careful? Yes, but I mean, when people are fighting, I mean, they're in the heat of the moment. They're not thinking about the mother sucker that's on the ground who maybe shouldn't be there. Okay, so if you're there, it's at your own risk, and generally speaking, you should clear the area and go sit somewhere else. So I'm not sure how that happened, but anyways, that's not a knock on Rex Hamilton here. I'm just saying, in general. Okay, back to the comment. Kumikata drills hurt my fingers. Now my back's starting to act up. I might be nearing the end, or at least limit what I do. I don't heal like I used to, because I think the spelling's a little bit sometimes typo because we type too fast, and then the spell check just doesn't cooperate properly. I wish I started when I was younger. Okay, wishes are for kids. You can't do nothing about that. Don't wish that you started when you were younger. Now, if you would have started younger, you might have quit a lot sooner as well. You might have ended up in a wheelchair, be even more busted up. There's so many things that could happen. So just start or continue doing. You are where you are, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, notice all the problems that he has. Back issues. Yep, major thing. I have those as well. The fingers, so here's what I suggest to our friend Rex Hamilton. You got to take a break. So how long do you, and I mean a real break, and from judo, and you have to fix these issues that you have. So from here, okay, you tore your groin muscle, so that's going to take a little bit of time to heal. There's not much you can do about that except the big three basically, which is nutrition, sleep, and well, strength training. Yeah, you still got to maintain, but you're gonna just have to stretch it out a little bit, get the blood flowing there, but you have to give it some time. So take a break like I did. So I took 3 months off because I pulled my back, and I've been keeping up with my fitness, working on my strength and endurance and stability and my joints. And there's a couple of other things too. So you really have to sometimes you have to take a step back, okay, and really address all these issues that you have, these injuries that you have, so that you could go back to doing the sport, okay? It's not about like, oh, I got all these injuries, no, I can't train as much and all that. In my opinion, that's the pansy way of looking at things. That's accepting that you're getting old and busted, and this is how it goes, and you can lament about it and cry about it all you want. And you're 48, you're not 100, right? So I'm 44. I think we're only 4 years apart, but I'm very confident that I'm on the right track, and my line of thinking here is very solid. So let me get back to what you have to do. Take time off. Now, I didn't have enough information about Rex here, but you definitely need to take time off and fix things. Okay, so the wishing part, we talked about that already. The first thing, if you're fat, I'm not saying you are, but if you're fat and overweight, like you gotta nip that in the bud, man. Like in my opinion, as a martial artist, if you're fat, unacceptable. And Bruce Lee said this himself, like if you're not fit, you have no business doing martial arts. You're a poser, okay? Because the problem is when you're overweight like that, it's a lot of pressure on your joints. And on top of that, there's inflammation because you're eating like crap, essentially. That's why you're eating too much, and all of that accumulates, and it causes a lot of inflammation inside the body, within the joints and all. And on top of that, your hormones are all out of whack as well when you're too overweight. So you gotta not be fat. And I'm gonna come up with a whole course and some PDFs and all that, instructionals for free, by the way, guys. Really, so to help the guys out there who are struggling with this in a big way. Like they're not what they used to be. They're like maybe 50, 60 pounds overweight and all that. Like a lot of times we know what to do. It's just that we just need better strategies and tactics and like the mindset behind it. Okay, so that's gonna come out. That's gonna be for free because I believe that everyone should do martial arts, but of course we can't if we're too out of shape, and that's the first thing, right? So you can't be overweight. Now the other thing, you need to be flexible and have good mobility. Like very flexible and very mobile, and have control of the joint as well. Not be able to like twist your legs and wrap it around your head and all that, and then not be able to unwrap it without your hands. Like you need to have flexibility, but you need to be able to have strength and control over like the range that it could go all the way to, right? Nutrition, you have to eat properly. Okay, this is gonna help a lot with how well you recover. This is important, and the inflammation thing as well. So if you eat pure crap, you're not going to recover good, and yeah, your joints and all that, they're going to take a beating. So that's the thing too. When Rexer said, "Oh, I don't recover like I used to," well, nobody who gets older recovers like they used to, unless, of course, you do what we're talking about here. And I really believe, right, and I'm going to prove it to you guys throughout the years, that you could recover just as fast, okay, as a 20-year-old. But it's a big but. The thing is, you just have to be really smart in the way you do things, in the way you train, in the way you eat, and it's not all that complicated, to tell you the truth. Like people make it out more than it really is, but it's actually I think I got my hand on the pulse when it comes to this. So I really boiled it down to what you really need to know, and other stuff it's just blah blah, man. It's a lot of fluff, Okay, so back to what I was getting at. Yeah, nutrition, man, super important. Like it helps with the recovery. It helps to keep the weight down. It helps you to build the muscle, And here's the thing. The next thing, sleep. I took a whole course once on hormones, and It cost like $500. And it was a friend who paid it for me at the time. And the whole thing, there's only one takeaway: sleep. If you don't sleep enough, it's just gonna mess up everything. Your hormones are all over the place, and your life expectancy is gonna diminish, is gonna decrease just because you don't get enough sleep. So sleep, and even there's a lot of science now, a lot of people talking about it, but sleep is essentially the ultimate PED, the ultimate performance enhancing drug. Okay, so you have to get enough sleep and quality sleep. Now, the other thing, I touched on this already, but if you're gonna be like hanging around the ground and sitting around on the mats, like you gotta be hyper aware of bodies dropping. Like in BJJ, it's different because everyone's on the ground already. Yes, you might get people could still slam into you, right? When people explode into things and people get reversed and all that, but it's not as dangerous as judo, guys falling from, you know, the standing position, right? And being thrown, not just like falling casually. It's like being slammed to the ground. So, and even during randori or nagekomis, okay, or even, yeah, like I said, newaza, like you have to be careful. You got to be aware of your surroundings. So that, without understanding the whole situation, I put that on you. Like you shouldn't be hanging around the ground like that. I'll tell you guys a little story. Once I was practicing for a demonstration. I was just warming up to prepare for a jiu-jitsu demonstration with my coach back in the day, and I was on my back, and then he was going for an arm bar, right, on this arm, but then my arm was here, and then he kind of spanned from this side to that side, and then my hand and my finger was like this. So my middle finger was up like this. He sat on it while he was going down for the arm bar, while he was in the transition, and the tip of my finger snapped back. So what I'm saying is, after that, what I learned is that your fingers, your hands, like you keep these things closed, man. Keep these, like, don't be going like this. And when you're on the ground, okay, keep the damn thing flat. Flat, like this is the ground, right? Flat, flat. So don't go like this, don't go like this, don't be in funny angles where people drop down on it and it could, you know, just fall apart, snap and break, okay? So keep it flat. So that's one thing. Now, and then also like what do you call it? The fingers that are, cooking cattle drills hurt my fingers. Yeah, they're hurting your fingers. Yeah, because you're gripping on too tight. You have to have a pulsating grip. You can't be like just gripping on for dear life like that. And then after that, people just, you know, like breaking grip, and then you're holding on and your grip still gets broken. Like over time, it takes a beating. You have to have strong hands for one. So you have to work out your strength, your grip strength, your hand strength. Okay. And also, so you need to eat properly for that. Okay. So that you recover properly. So there's no inflammation going on. You put all the chances on your side. And then on top of that, sometimes you know that this guy is about to, like, he's gonna rip it. He's gonna rip his sleeve off or his collar off, and it's gonna hurt. Just let go, man. Let go. You know, you gotta be smart about these things. Okay? Like, look, my fingers are fine. Yes, I have a little bit of, and I did have arthritis at one point when I was doing BJJ. I had it checked out, and it's the type of arthritis that's because of sport. It's self-induced because, you know, of wear and tear and all that. And if you give it a little bit of time, like it's gonna get better. So you have to chill on that, use some tape, but really everything else you do behind it. So you gotta get the hands really strong, okay? And you gotta use a pulsating grip when you need to, and you have to have good nutrition and good sleep and all that stuff behind it, so that, you know, like it heals, right? The body can heal itself, but you just have to give it a chance, right? You can't just keep beating it up and expecting it to heal. Okay, onwards. You definitely, for your lower back, you're starting to have lower back issues. Well, you need a really strong core. That's why at the minimum, right now I'm working on a 5-minute plank. I'm at about 4 minutes and 8 seconds. I use a lot of, I do a lot of work with the yoga ball for stability, for my core stability. Okay, and yeah, like guys, check out my shorts, follow me on IG. I post a lot of like little exercises that I do here and there, and I'll do more, you know, here on the channel as well on these videos to show you guys what I'm doing. But having a really strong lower body, so that means Your core has to be super strong. Sorry, your core is not your lower body, but for your back, you have to have a very strong core. Okay, that's really important. And then from there, well, your lower body has to be super strong as well. So we're talking about your feet, okay, your calves, your quads, and your glutes, and your hands. Okay, there's no way around that. Like, judo is for the strong, man. Like, let's not beat around the bushes. Like, if you're not strong, it's gonna break you, and you have to get stronger. Okay, and you have to do these things. And why not? You know, why would you just like give up and go do, I don't know, ping pong or whatever? Like, you could do this, right? You just gotta take care of your body. And besides, like, what else are you gonna do? You're not gonna take care of your body, and you're just gonna, you know, like, you're just gonna get old faster and deteriorate and be useless. Okay. What else? All right, guys. So that's the thing. You gotta train smarter. You gotta recover smarter. You gotta do prehab, rehab, all that good stuff. Now, I'm gonna leave you guys with a quote from Yoel Romero. Now, hopefully I say this right, but I'll put the video up because I think, or at least I'll put it at the end. He says it so much better than I can. But everything is possible in your life when you believe. When you believe, everything is possible. You have two hands. Well, my other hand is holding my computer, but two hands. Everything is possible. Go, and take it what you want. All right, that's it for this video, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Share this video. Let me know what you think, what you guys do to, you know, essentially rehab from your injuries and to stay in shape for judo, because there's no one right approach, but I'm just giving you what works for me at this moment and what I'm currently doing. Okay, and of course, share this video, helps grow the channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Follow me on IG, by the way, and I'll answer your questions directly. It helps me to keep track of our conversations. Whereas in the comment sections, I do my best, but sometimes it might fall through the cracks. All right, guys. Peace.